Blake and I were talking about this during the break. Well, read that. In case you go back to the Odyssey app, and I think we did the second segment where we played the James Jones audio from the facility show. Him basically saying that Dak has quit on the football team,
James Jones
on the Cowboys, right?
Yep.
And
me and Fred refuted.
You and I both. Dak's a lot of things. Quitter's not one of them.
Nope.
Dak will go out there and throw 5 picks before he decides I'm going to quit on this. Yeah. Okay. You may wish he would sit down sometimes with some of the throws he makes, but Dak's not a quitter.
And if anything, I've kind of heard this theory out in social media. I've seen it in person of like, I never really saw the injury. It wasn't that bad or this. Like, maybe it was the team's, I'm speculating. Maybe it was the team's decision to sit him. Like, I don't think Dak walked in and said, hey, if I can't go, just put me on the IR. I almost guarantee you Dak Prescott did not say that. And the reason
I promise you Jerry Jones probably made that decision.
Correct. John Machota said, I've heard a lot of dumb takes while covering this team, saying Dak Prescott quit on this team with the hamstring injury is the dumbest. Per John Machota.
Hands down.
And we love Johnny Matches.
We love JM. And again, I'll say I'm not a Dak cheerleader. And would I want Dak, quarterbacking my team? Probably not. Okay? But I'll say this much. If you're Jerry Jones and you're going to fire Mike McCarthy, which I think we're all in agreement, it's slim to none that he's going to be back as your head coach next year, and Slim's leaving town.
What are you doing if he signs into a 3-year deal at the end of the year?
I mean, I would be stunned. Wouldn't you? I would be or you know what he would do? I could see Jerry doing at this stage of his tenure as GM, giving him a 1-year deal. It brings out the best in people.
Team was injured. What do you expect?
Wait, let's run it back with this group. All in again. I mean, I could see him doing that. As crazy as that sounds. Look, based off what we've seen Jerry do so far this year, if we told you the 3 years would be crazy, but I think even crazier would be another 1-year deal. Let's make you a lame duck. Because this year wasn't enough of a lame duck, but let's get some injuries. Yeah, some injuries. So, you know what? Let's run it back again next year. Because
we got Mingo now.
We got Mingo in the fold. All right. We don't have our 4th rounder next year, but that's okay. We got the first 3 picks. We're going to be okay. We got like 17 5s. We're going to be okay with that. Let's run it back one more time. See what happens.
Dak to Mingo.
Dak to Mingo. Dak to Mingo. Wait, we might have to hashtag that. But no, that would be surprising to me. That said, I do think he's going to fire his coach when the year's over, barring some miraculous, Mingo-inspired run. It would be in his best interest to finally give Dak a legit, innovative offensive coach. You've poured $240 million into this guy.
Ask him who he wants.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I would at least say, hey, let's give you. Go to Ben Johnson. Hey, what's it going to take to make you a Dallas Cowboy
helicopter,
head coach?
Mansion.
I got it.
Stake in the team.
We got it. Okay, whatever you want, we're going to make it happen. You give Ben Johnson, or you give Dak Ben Johnson to end his Cowboys career. So, hey, at least we've got a little bit of hopium going into next year. It changes the tenor of this football team because now I need to get the best out of Dak Prescott for the next 3 years.
You have to.
You have to. You're not getting rid of him.
Yep. And now one of those years is cut short.
Yeah, exactly. Let's call it what it is, man. Here's the real question. You've got these next 4 games are going to determine the rest of the season. Okay, and I don't think I'm being hyperbolic or trying to be when I say that. God forbid you lose the next 4 games. You're 3-9. Okay, just follow me real quick.
Imagine that record just sitting there, 3-9.
Well, you're 3-9. Are you bringing back Dak?
I thought the same thing. I was like, well, at what point would you bring back Dak? Unless you miraculously win all these games, which you almost put $1 million. You're not going to.
That's not going to happen.
Why would you bring back Dak when you're 3-9? He's coming off an injury.
Well, but you know what? For the sake of this show, let's pretend you did win 4 games. All right, and let's say you did it with Cooper Rush at quarterback. Then you still don't probably bring back Dak. Well, then you got another issue on your hands because now it's like, well, why are we bringing Dak back? Cooper Rush is 4-0 as a starter.
In both of these situations, Dak doesn't play.
In either situation,
you lose,
and it's a lose either way.
The real solution is you play Trey Lance.
That's that ding ding. There's your winner. Play Trey Lance and see what you got.
I want to sit on this for a second. There is no reason to play Cooper Rush. He is a better quarterback than Trey Lance. We're not disagreeing with that. He's one of the best backups in the league. We saw some beautiful throws last game, but you get nothing out of the long-term future by playing Cooper Rush and sitting Trey Lance, who you traded a 4th-round pick for. Because you either let me lay out the options for those who are just not into the Trey Lance experience. You play him and he plays well. Okay, we got a little bit of a succession plan after Dak. You play him for a full season, not preseason, like the full game plan.
Yeah.
Option B, you play him and he plays decent, not good enough for a long-term plan, and you get some trade value. You get a 5th, you get a 4th.
You get your Wingo or Mingo trade.
You get your Wingo pick back. I said Wingo too. You get your Mingo
pick back. That's all we're trying to do. Can we just get the Mingo pick back? That's all. Send him to Carolina. Hey, what do we give you for that Mingo? Here, take Trey Lance.
And then option 3, he doesn't play well, and you know what you have, and you cut him. There's no reason to have an experiment on your bench that's young for like 4 years.
God, just think about that. Like at that point, you've wasted a 4th, a 6th, and a 7th on guys you've just kicked to the curb. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, is Al Davis running this team? Anyway, we digress.
Trey Lance needs to be playing football.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. And you know what scares me the most is that third option you gave is actually what's going to happen. He's going to play and you're going to be like, oh, my.
And I'll say this.
Because do you trust Mike McCarthy to scheme up Trey Lance? I mean, come on, dude.
I'll say this. The fun kind of part about it is the Cowboys season's a watch. Let me just break it to anyone who's
that'll make it fun to watch. I promise you that.
Not only you're intrigued to see what trade value he garners, like every throw, you're like, throw that highlight up.
Oh, I want to see him run.
Want to see him run? Like, it makes this team that doesn't have much nuance to it. Is very old school. All of a sudden, you're running zone read. You're running RPOs.
CeeDee Lamb if Trey Lance is the quarterback?
I mean, he's definitely pissed, but I'm sure he's in his ear saying, throw me the ball.
I'm open.
Every single play. Do not care. Triple-double. Don't look at Mingo. Don't look at 5'2" Terp. Look at me. Don't look at falling down Talbert.
Jalen Talbert's going, what did I do? Y'all forget about me.
You want to know what's funny? The year 2022, Tolos, correct me if I'm wrong, when Cooper Rush came in for an injured Dak, might have been 2021. I get my years mixed up.
Yeah.
When Cooper Rush came in for an injured Dak Prescott, he ended up going, I think, what was it, 4-0?
He's 5-0 or 5-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, as a star. I think it was 4-0 in that stint. I think he's 5-1 as a starter total.
Okay.
Beat Kirk Cousins in Minnesota.
Because they got beat by the Eagles, though, didn't they? I think so.
I think it was like last game of the year, something like that. But either way, in that little 4-game stretch where they were balling, does anyone remember who he was throwing to? Noah Brown and Cooper Rush. He wasn't throwing to Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb, I think, was in his rookie year, if my memory serves right. He was throwing to Noah Brown, and it made sense because in practice, who's Cooper Rush throwing to? Noah Brown. He's throwing exactly to the 4th and 5th string receiver. So I wonder with Cooper and Trey coming in, do we see guys like Jalen Brooks getting more targets, Ryan Flournoy getting more targets?
You're right. It was 2022.
Kavontae Turpin getting more targets because Cooper Rush is more comfortable throwing than the ball. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb is the best receiver on the team, but he doesn't have that rapport with them. So we saw it on the touchdown throw. They don't have that kind of ongoing repetition with each other. And from the 2-4, how long is Lance signed for? His contract expires at the end of this year. They did not extend his rookie deal, that guaranteed money. So after this year, it's curtains.
It is.
You got to figure something out. You don't want to just not play him, let him walk, and then some team picks him up, like the Titans. Somehow they fix him, and you're like, well, I mean, if we'd have played him in the regular season, maybe it was something like this season's a wash. You might as well figure it out.
Seriously.
Make it interesting for us fans. Figure it out. Maybe garner some trade value. And worst case scenario, it's the same thing that would happen if you don't play him. He leaves the team. At least you know, and you get some solace and some peace knowing what Trey Lance is.
I mean, all you did was give a 4th-round draft pick for him.
Just a couple 4th-rounders.
That's all. I mean, these guys spend 4th-rounders like they're drunk sailors. Like, what do we care? It's like, we got depth for days. I mean, look at our D-line. Look at our wide receiver. Oh, wait. No, never mind. We forgot about that. You're right about that. He didn't start that first game against Tampa. They lost 19-3. That was a game where he came in relief. Dak got hurt. Right? Dak got hurt that game. And then he went 1, 2, 3. You're right. He went 4-1 over the next. So he played in 5 games. Played in 6 games, but he went 4-1 down the stretch, losing to the Eagles the last time he started.
That game against Minnesota was the game. That was CeeDee Lamb's, I think, best catch of his career. That was the twirling back of the end zone. like not 180, but like he caught into like a 360 in the air over the shoulder of the defender. So I think Cooper Rush is a great quarterback and would give you a better chance to win. But I think if you're the Dallas Cowboys planning for the future, it makes no sense to play Cooper Rush.
None.
And it makes all the sense in the world. Literally 100% in my mind, it makes 100% sense to play Trey Lance and figure out what the guy's got. Throw him in there for multiple regular season games. And what do you got with the game plan with CeeDee Lamb next to you, with Rico Dowdle, with your first teamers blocking for you? You got the keys to the offense. It's all we're running an offense around you. We're running RPOs.
Yeah.
We're running zone reads. We're running designed runs where you're just outside sweeping.
Because guess what? Even if he doesn't play great, then you bring him back next year anyway. Yeah. Right? At a discounted rate. Because it's not like somebody's going to say, you know what, we're mortgaging the farm for Trey Lance. No, you get him on a discounted rate because, like you said, it's not like you're breaking your bank to go pay backup quarterbacks anyway. And you're right. Cooper Rush is probably gone to begin with.